In a bustling city filled with skyscrapers, a young woman discovered a hidden gem atop her condo building, a secluded spot perfect for sunbathing. Overwhelmed by the discovery, she made it her personal oasis, escaping the prying eyes of the world below. With each visit, she grew more comfortable, eventually deciding that the privacy of her high-altitude haven meant she could forego her swimsuit for an uninterrupted tan. This decision brought her unparalleled joy and freedom, or so she thought, until an unexpected visitor interrupted her solitude. The building manager, a man of practical concerns and a slightly awkward demeanor, climbed up to the rooftop. With a polite cough, he signaled his presence before delicately informing her that she needed to put her swimsuit back on. Confused and a bit defensive, the woman questioned the necessity of such a rule in her private sunbathing sanctuary. Why? She retorted with a hint of frustration. Nobody can see me up here. What's the difference? The manager took a moment, choosing his words with care, before delivering a line that would forever change her perception of privacy. The difference, he explained with an uncomfortable shuffle, is that you're lying on the skylight to the dining room. A teenager brings home her new boyfriend to meet her parents. They're disgusted by his haircut, tattoos, and piercings. Later, the girl's mom says, "Honey, he doesn't seem to be a very nice boy." "Oh, come on, Mom," says the daughter. "If he wasn't nice, would he be doing 500 hours of community service?" A policeman pulled over a van going 20 miles per hour on the highway. When he walked up to the driver's window, he found the van was full of smoke and was greeted by a red-eyed, long-haired man with a big smile on his face. The policeman said, "Sir, please step out of the car. Is there anyone else in the vehicle?" "Nah, man," the driver replied. As he was cuffing him, the policeman said, "Sir, I am booking you for possession of a controlled substance, driving under the influence, and strangely, driving in the HOV lane with no passengers at 20 miles per hour. Oh man, I thought it said high occupants vehicle lane. Katie went straight to her grandparents' house to visit her 95-year-old grandmother and comfort her. When she asked how her grandfather had died, her grandmother replied, "He had a heart attack while we were intimate Sunday morning." Horrified, Katie told her grandmother that two people nearly a century old having sex would surely be asking for trouble. "Oh no, my dear," replied Granny. "Many years ago, realizing our age, we figured out the best time to do it was when the church bells would start to ring. It was just the right rhythm, nice and slow and even. Nothing too strenuous, simply in on the ding and out on the dong." She paused to wipe away a tear and continued, "He'd still be alive if the ice cream truck hadn't come along." I was having a conversation with my wife. My wife started by saying, "I have a bag full of used clothing I'd like to donate." I said, "Why not just throw it in the trash? That's much easier." She says, "But there are poor, starving people who can really use all these clothes." I reply, "Honey, anyone who fits into your clothing is not starving." The guy sat next to me on the bullet train pulled out a photo of his wife and said, "She's beautiful, isn't she?" I said, "If you think she's beautiful, you should see my wife." He said, "Why? Is she super hot too?" I said, "No, she's an optometrist." My wife and I sat down with our son, and I said, "Billy, you were adopted." Billy looked at us. His face was red and full of anger. "I demand to meet my biological parents." My wife softly said, "We are your biological parents. Now hurry up and pack."